I'm Jeff Kmiec, one of the lead mentors with the robotics team. This is my first year. I'm the engineering and science teacher at Fitzgerald High School. And so one of my main roles was to help design and build the robot. We did reach our goal, which was the state competition, and it was a phenomenal season for us. And we made it to the finals at the Troy district, which was just a ton of fun.
It's exciting, nerve-wracking, thrilling.
It's kids to be applauded for their efforts. A lot of times nobody gives a standing ovation to kids that get math problems right, but if you score a touchdown, you get a standing ovation. And so these kids were applauded for what they're doing right. At the competitions, essentially what there is there's generally about 40 robotics teams. And then per match, there's 3 blue robots versus 3 red robots. So you make what they call an alliance. And so your team is with 2 other robots and you're going against 3 other robots. And so these group of 3 robots try to work together to get the most points possible. It was kind of like a big arcade.
There's a lot of similar stuff with the controls and everything. It was just basically strategy-wise, if you're gaming, you have to have a lot of strategy. It's the same thing with the robotics.
So Rob Meier is in charge of the computer programming and computer sciences at Fitzgerald. He was essentially in charge of all the coding, and basically when you saw the robot drive, he was putting in all the code to allow it to drive. It's controlled by 2 Xbox controllers, so when Ulfat or Angelo pressed a button, it would allow this robot to go up or down. And there was also a 15-second section of the game, which was for autonomous, so this actually robot drove right by itself without any controls, and he dealt with all the autonomous controlling.
My part of the robot was to do the secondary driving, the arms, the lift, and then Ulfat's was the main driving, moving the robot.
Where I really got into it was the analytics and the strategy. I've always been involved in basketball and football and soccer and strategy. And so we really tried to figure out what was going on, what our robot could do, what it couldn't do.
The most challenging thing was fixing the robot when it was damaged. During the competitions, we would get damaged a lot. And then we would have to rush and fix it between matches.
We really couldn't build this robot here without Extra Credit Union. We got the $2,000 grant from them, and with them, so many of these parts were purchased right here, and we were able to actually get that money in and have it as a check in our account, and so we could start building. Because the build season is literally only about 42 days long, every day is so very important. And if you don't have parts, it's obviously tough to build. One of the grants that we got from Extra Credit Union was for a 3D printer. It was for $1,900. I drew the part in CAD, and then I sent it over to the 3D printer. These were just some of the parts that were developed, and so they were a vital part of that.
So the 3D printed parts actually got us an award for creativity in the first competition. We were probably the only team that had 3D printed parts at the competition.
Around 5 times a week, probably we meet until 3:30, maybe to 8, 9.
You gotta take a lot of days off work, a lot of days away from your family too. It's many hours just here at the school. So basically, the team becomes your family. You get close with everyone. You rely on everyone. You can depend on anyone. And going to competition and seeing all of that come together, seeing that all the work you put in is getting put to good use. It's like a good feeling to have. I want to become a marketing manager with a company that's in the STEM field. I plan on sponsoring a robotics team after college. You can never stop getting enough money for the team, because it might just look like a pile of metal, but the pile of metal is really, really expensive.
Extra Credit Union was absolutely vital in this robot and vital to all the kids' success and all the things. These are going to be lifelong lessons that they're going to know forever. And like I said, without Extra Credit Union money, we wouldn't have the robot or any of the memories or some of the trophies. We're very thankful.